What's up, guys? Welcome back, or it's the first time here, welcome. So today we are going to be talking about some makeup products that I believe to be totally underrated. These are products that I really just don't feel like get enough love, and they're so good that I really feel like they should. I really love these types of videos because oftentimes we sort of get sucked into all using the exact same products. So it's always nice to sort of branch out, try out different products from different brands that maybe not everybody's talking about, and hopefully videos like these will just help you guys, find those really awesome hidden gems. So I really hope you're going to enjoy it. And if you do not forget to hit that thumbs up button, and of course subscribe if you want to be a part of the fam. Would love to have you. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first product that I want to talk about is from a brand called Nabla Cosmetics. Now, Nabla is an indie brand. I believe they are an Italian brand, if I'm not mistaken. So the products from Nabla that I really wanted to showcase today that I think is totally worth checking out are their eyeshadows. So I have their single eyeshadows over here in this little palette, and then I also have their Dreamy palette, which I believe is part of their newer collection. So let's just first start off with the quality of the eyeshadows. Obviously, I think the quality is amazing. Otherwise, I wouldn't be mentioning them in today's video, but I really feel like the quality of the Nabla eyeshadows are so comparable to the quality of the Anastasia eyeshadows. I love the texture and the way that Anastasia eyeshadows apply to the eyes, and I feel like the Nabla eyeshadows have a very similar consistency to them. They really are very easy to use. The pigment is there, the blendability is there, and then as far as the specific textures, the matte shades are so buttery and easy to work with. That is a quick swatch of two of the matte shades. If that's not impressive, then I don't know what is. And then they have shades that are super intense, metallic, and glittery. The sparkly eyeshadow right over here called Water Dream is probably my favorite in the collection. It's such a beautiful, very glittery, high shine, high metallic eyeshadow. Do you see that right over there? It's so beautiful. And what's really unique about their very intense and very glittery eyeshadows is that they are not chunky in the slightest. So what's really nice about that is that when you apply it to your eyes, you're not going to get any weird chunks. You're also not going to get a ton of fallout. So not only is the formula just awesome all around, but the actual colors that they come out with aren't super repetitive. The Dreamy palette is a really great example of that. I really love all the shades that they put in here because not only are they still pretty wearable, but they're all also very unique. And I just like that they didn't go with the typical warm brown eyeshadow palette that we see so much. The shade right over here called Senorita is probably one of my favorites. It's a matte raspberry, very similar to the one in the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia. But look at this swatch. Need I say more? So next up, I want to talk about this cream contour stick. This is the Multi-Balm from Pixie, and this is in the shade Sheer Sculpt. This is one of my favorite, not just drugstore cream contour products, but just in general, one of my favorite cream contour products. Sometimes contour sticks could be just way too warm and they act way more as a bronzer and less as a sculpting product. This, however, is just the perfect shade. It's cool tone enough that it'll actually look like a shadow on your face, but it's not too cool tone that'll make your face look ashy or weird. It's just a very flattering color. And I also find that these multi-balms to be so easy to blend out and to work with. Again, sometimes contour products, especially cream contour products, can be a little bit tricky, and they could sometimes look a little bit crazy on the face if you don't blend them out properly, or if they just don't want to work with you and they work against you. This one, however, I really feel is super easy to work with. It blends into the skin really with no problem. You could use your finger, you could use a brush, you could use a sponge, and it will sort of just melt into the skin, and it will do the job without it being super noticeable on the face. So next up, I have the Stila Huge Mascara. Now, this was a product that I tested out in my testing subscribers' favorite makeup video, and I have never gotten so many follow-up questions about a product than I did with this mascara. So many of you guys wanted to know my final thoughts on this product because I had said in that video that I had to try it out more, and of course it is in this video, so that can only mean one thing. This product is Jamie approved. It worked really well on me. It did not smudge at all. This is such a great mascara if you want your lashes to look fake. When I tried this in that video, you could see my reaction there. I was so impressed with the way that it made my lashes look, and it really just gave my lashes a very intense, volumized and very long effect, which I was so into. The one thing I will say though is I find that I do have to set my under eyes with powder, otherwise this will smudge on me, and I feel it's because this makes my lashes so long that it actually hits my under eye area. So if my under eyes are not set, that the creaminess that's underneath my eyes will just make this transparent smudge. So I always have to make sure that I set my under eyes with powder, which isn't a bad problem to have. But there's your answer for everybody who's been waiting. And I do think this is totally an underrated product. You really don't hear too many people talk about it. And I'm really happy that one of you guys did recommend it to me. Next up, I really wanted to talk about this single eyeshadow from Bobbi Brown. This is the Luxe Eyeshadow in Rich Metal in Heat Ray. I had this in my collection for a little bit and I really didn't think too much of it because when I first looked at this product, I just thought it looked like a normal bronze eyeshadow, but I saw Alana Davison use this. I think it was in one of her vlogs, and I was just like so obsessed with the way that it made her eyes look. This eyeshadow, you guys, gives the eyelids the most gorgeous, like glossy bronze effect. I like to use this in two different ways. I will either like really build this up on a synthetic brush and I will use Fix Plus and I will like get it really intense on the brush and then I will apply it all over my lid, and that will give my lids like a really beautiful, very intense, very glossy bronze look. As you can see, I swatched it over here. That's what it looks like. Or my favorite way to apply it, I will just take my finger, take a little bit of the product and just tap it over my lid, and it sort of just adds like this really beautiful bronzy gold sparkle that just makes your eyes like sparkle. It's so pretty. We all probably have like 1,000 bronze and gold eyeshadows in our collection, but there's something about this one that I feel like is really different, and I really like that I am able to use it in both ways. And especially when like the light shines in your eyes, all you see is like all this like gorgeous gold sparkle. It is just so pretty. So I've been really enjoying this. So the next product that I want to talk about, I actually don't have with me. I was looking through my beauty room for at least half an hour trying to find this, but I could not find it anywhere. But that's okay. I'll just put a photo right over here so you guys can see what it looks like. And it is the Nude Stix Brow Stylist. So what I love most about this brow product is the fact that there are two parts to it. There's of course the brow pencil on one end, and then on the other end, there's actually a built-in brow gel, which is the most convenient thing ever, because there has been so many times where I've been doing my brows with my brow pencil or my brow product, and then I would want to go in with my brow gel to set my brows, and I would not be able to find my brow gel anywhere, and it would just like add time to my makeup routine, which is always so annoying. So it's so nice to be able to have a product that has two products that you almost always use like right after each other. It just makes things very convenient. And not only is this like a super convenient little product, but the brow gel is probably my favorite brow gel that I've ever used. And yes, I like it even more than the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel that I have been swearing by forever. I feel like I'm really able to get such a fluffy look with my brows with the brow gel because the actual spoolie that you use to apply the product is so small. So you're really able to like wiggle it up into your brow hairs and like define what feels like each and every hair. And it just creates like a really fluffy look to the brows, which I really love. And it is so long wearing. It definitely keeps your brows in place throughout the whole entire day. And of course, the actual brow product on the other end of it is really nice. I mean, I've said this before, I feel like a lot of brow products are very similar to one another, but what I love most about the product is the fact that you have the brow gel on the other end of it. It's like, just makes it really cool and just very convenient, easy to use. So next up, let's talk about a highlighter. Now this is definitely not underrated in my books because I feel like I talk about it all the time, but I still feel like not enough people talk about this product because it is probably one of the most beautiful highlighters that I have in my collection and one of my most used as well. And it is the Pop Beauty Prismatic Pop Highlighters, and this one in particular is in Gilded Light, but they do have a bunch of other shades, obviously depending on your skin tone. Now, if you like really intense highlighters, but you don't like the look of a metallic highlighter, like you still want something that's gonna make you really glow, but not something that's unflattering, this product is perfect to achieve that type of effect. This product honestly blows my mind because it is so reflective and intense, and you would think that something as intense and reflective as this would just be so unflattering on the tops of the cheekbones, but it just isn't. I think because of the texture of it and also the fact that it doesn't have like a ton of glitter, it's really just like a very smooth pigment. And bonus points because it is from the drugstore, so it's affordable. This stuff is just, oh my god, it's so good. And this also on the eyes, it's gorgeous. So the last product I want to talk about is another one that I personally talk about all the time, but I still feel like just doesn't get enough attention overall in the community, and that is the Lila Bee Sunkissed Bronzed Beauty Bronzer. Oh my god, say that like 10 times fast. First of all, the packaging itself is just like worth picking up the product. This is like the most luxurious packaging I have in my collection. It is so beautiful. It looks like a little pebble and it's so weighted. Like this feels so heavy when you hold it, but like that weight makes it just feel so luxurious, and then you just like swipe it open like that and you have the product right there. But besides the packaging, the actual product, of course, is so beautiful. So the bronzer looks like this. It's sort of like a duo bronzer. I always mix the two together and it just creates the most gorgeous bronzer shade. And what I like most about this product, of course, I love the shade because it just works perfectly with my skin tone, but the texture of the product is what makes it so just yummy and delicious and beautiful. The texture is so smooth and buttery that when you apply it to your skin, it just like melts into it. When a powder product is that right consistency, it will not look like powder on the skin, which is why I usually really like cream products. I feel like cream products do that. They melt into the skin. They look really natural on the face, whereas sometimes powder products can look a little bit too heavy. This looks like a cream product in that sense. And I also discovered that when you mix these two colors together, it creates a very, very similar shade to the Marc Jacobs Tantastic bronzer, the one that is in that like giant white compact. So I feel like that's why I like this so much as well, because that's one of my favorite bronzers. However, that one was limited edition. This is not, and this is a very similar shade. The only difference is that this does have like a very slight sheen to it, which I actually do prefer over the complete matteness of the Marc Jacobs bronzer. Even though I love that one, I do always like a bronzer that has a little bit of a sheen just because it adds that like sun-kissed glow to the face. So yeah, overall, Lila B powders are so beautiful. The foundation powder is also a plus. So guys, that's it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Do not forget to let me know some products down below that you feel like are totally underrated, that you love and you wish more people spoke about. I would love to get some of your recommendations. Of course, give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.